RC Underground Radio.
Yes, I realize I look like an idiot with this mustache, and I'm okay with it.
The ultimate podcast that covers everything RC.
You don't need to cut anything either. You can just call this the raw, uncut episode. We can leave it at that.
The raw. Yeah.
Are you drinking dollar store soda again? Quit spending your money on RC stuff. You can buy some name brand soda.
RC Underground Radio is your backstage pass to the RC industry. With insiders that are shaping the future of the hobby. The future of the hobby.
When we bring this guest on, I guarantee people are going to go, are you kidding me? He wrote a song for you.
I did. We're going to have to end this soon, huh?
Yeah, no shit. And we're going to have to edit this.
So, here are your hosts, Dave Brinkman and Ryan Ratzloff.
All right, so where were we? Day 4, 3, Thursday?
We're on 3.
Yeah, just finished up 3.
Day 3, I'll just tell you, day 3 for me sucked. I was bottom of the barrel in street stock. I think I remained there all week. I just couldn't get a handle on that car. But day 3. But B-Mod, I was making some serious improvements. That was really the car I was kind of more or less focused on. But, you know, and the crazy thing is like you're adjusting to track conditions. So it's not like you just throw your car down, take the battery out and go walk away and have all this time. You can't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you literally, one of the things that I learned is like, you got to clean your car. You got to check for any damage, basically nut and bolt. I mean, in those 3 minutes, so much was going on. Just nut and bolt everything, and then double check setup, I was throwing my car on the scales quite a bit, actually, just checking cross weight, tightening the car up, seeing what everything was doing to it, checking toe. I mean, camber, just all of that stuff, just constantly going through it. It was really quite insane, the amount of work that you needed to do in between rounds. And albeit you had a ton of, you had one shot. Mm-hmm. That was the interesting thing. Like, so B-Mod only ran once.
All day.
So for that entire day. So, all right, now I got to think ahead to tomorrow. And what's the track going to be like? Do I wait, take notes, and wait and set it up to tomorrow to see what I think the track's going to be, or do I set it up, now? Mm-hmm. That was the biggest challenge with all of it. And keep in mind, what do we have, Jay? Like 90 races, 90 heats in a day?
Yeah. With
like 5, I think, ish track rebuilds, which are an hour, 45 minutes long. Think about that for a second.
Yeah. Yeah. So we started off with street stocks in the morning. So Ryan and I, Tony, and Jordan, we ran between like 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. And then we were done until 5 or 6 p.m. So you have all those hours, and some, which I don't understand because you have a ton of time. Some guys would get to the track, pull the trigger, and a tire would fall off. They forgot to tighten a wheel nut, or spur gear stripping because they didn't set the mesh right. They changed a pinion gear and didn't set the mesh right. I'm like, there is no excuse for that. You got 8-9 hours in between rounds. Go through it, like Ryan said, everything, every nut and bolt. You had plenty of time, but yeah, there was a lot to do.
Even though you're in the building for all that time, it probably, at some points, because you're going through that checklist of items, does it seem like it goes really fast, or does it seem like it's dragging?
Yeah, you have 8-9 hours in between rounds, but you come off the track at 8:30 a.m. You start cleaning, going through your car, making changes. Oh man, it's lunchtime already. It goes quick.
Well, and to that point, you've been up till about midnight the night before, right? And you're working on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So, I mean, thankfully for us, we were 2 minutes from the track. So, there were a couple times that we just roll back to the house, take a little 20-minute snooze on the couch or in the bed or whatever, pop right back up because you need to get your B-Mod ready or whatever else, your wingless car ready. that was, I mean, it seems like a lot of time, but it's not. It's not when you're prepping everything and getting it ready to go.
It's almost good that it's spread out for you that way, right? That it was one in the morning and then one late in the afternoon, so you could keep those cars prepared and then do the cleaning process of the car that you just finished with.
Yeah, I mean, for me being a less experienced racer, for me that definitely helped. It gave me the time I needed to get everything dialed in.
Okay, so now we're going full into day 4. I've lost track myself. Are we in day 4 or are we going to day 5?
We're in Friday.
All right, so we're at 5. So what makes the difference now? Now, each day, obviously seeding, that makes sense. And then now you're starting to run your heats, right? And now what's happening in terms of, I got to turn up the wick because I need to be here for Saturday. Does Friday a big differential in that?
Yeah, that's your last qualifier, so that's your last chance to move up into the mains. I think I started the week, I was going to be middle of the pack, D main. With my mod, I ended up after Friday's qualifier in the B main. With the B mod and the C main with street stock. So every day, a little bit better. Some people made huge gains. Some people, had issues, mechanical issues, and then knocked them down. You can shoot up real quick or you can shoot down real quick. So towards the end of the week, you got to be on point.
Well, that probably lined up good for you, right, Ryan? Because as you said, that car is starting to come in. You're starting to get more experience on the track. And so you're probably looking for a big day on Friday, right?
Yeah. I was certainly needing it in street stock, and it just never came to me. Again, car was out to lunch. I don't want to say I gave up on it, but it was most difficult for me to drive, and I know why. Jason, keep your mouth shut. But the B mod was definitely the one I was more focused on. It moved up quite a bit. I actually, so D main pimping in street stock at 2024 RC Chili Bowl, but made the C main or qualified in the C main for SCB mod. So I was super proud of that. I mean, that was the first car that I ever bought. I put it together myself. I did everything on that car myself. So I was really happy to, put that thing in the C main. So pretty proud of that.
So now when we're talking the A main, B main, C main, any move ups? Does anybody bump up, or that's where you're at?
Oh, I think Jordan was in the D main with his street stock. He had a lot of problems. The poor guy, I think he only finished a couple races all week between his 3 cars. Just bad luck, mechanical issues. He can drive, and his cars were freaking fast. But he won the D main. So you get a plaque for that, you're a feature winner. And a lot of people, you won a D main, big deal. A heat race win at the Chili Bowl is huge. Huge. Some people take it for granted because they're there every year and they kick butt every year, but the hobbyist like us, a heat win is huge, and to win a main, even if it's a lower main, that's a big deal. So shout out to Jordan. Tony won a wingless lower main. I think I finished 5th in the C with my street stock and finished 5th in the B main with my mod. Jason Van Hise won. What class did he win, Brian?
Yeah, I think late model. He won his.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, he won his B main, I think, and he bumped.
Yeah, so towards the end of the week, our guys had some pretty good luck, and they turned their program around. Murphy hit on it in his pre-Chili Bowl podcast. You got to go down there with zero expectations. Go down there, have fun, do the best you can, obviously, learn, and you come back and you just have a book of knowledge that you didn't have before, just by talking to people and watching and absorbing what everyone else is doing. I made the mistake, 2 years ago I went down there I put my B mod in the big show. I came home 4th place, and I always tell myself, just go and have fun. I went down there thinking I could do this again. Yeah, not so much. Came up a little short, but had fun.
Well, it's not for lack of effort, Jayson. I mean, you and I were pitting right across from one another, and you worked hard on that B mod.
Yeah, was trying.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely B main time. The car was a heck of a lot better.
Yeah.
Than it had been all week. I mean, you worked hard at it, so that was very cool.
Yeah, and Jayson touched on it when you said, winning one of those mains, doesn't matter what alphabet it was, right? It's a big deal. We were so proud, and you nailed it, Ryan. I mean, just that you made the C, just to make those upper mains is a big deal. And like you said, you built that car. It's the first car you ever built. There's a lot to be proud of for both you guys, for all you guys. Going down there and doing it, making the best of it, and having a great time, and getting all this experience that you're going to come back to Wisconsin now, and you're going to attitude better look out.
Oh, I'm mopping people at attitude. Believe that. You leave that B mod at home, Walecki, because I'm going to smoke you, homie. Here's the thing. There's a lot of trash talk. RC Chili Bowl is the biggest dirt oval event in the country, and Scotty Ernst does a fantastic job. That entire crew, they're phenomenal. It is really it is the coolest race I've ever been to, and probably will ever be at. But the thing of it is like, you've got us amateurs, and then you've got the pros, right? So you've got 2 levels of talent. And then there's everything in between. The thing that I struggle with is, I've always said, and Murphy's actually the one that's always said this, we're just racing toy cars here. But for a lot of these guys, it's, they've got deals with manufacturers and so on and so forth. I get it. But listen here, pro driver, okay? I'm going to do my best to get out of your way. When you're coming, and I know you're faster than me, I'm going to get out of your way. But here's the deal. I can't get better if I don't race against you. You make me better. You force me to watch your line. You force me to try and hook a chain to your bumper and run what you're running. So I'll just say this. I'm not going to get into all of the stuff that, was going on during the week.
Oh, I will.
Okay, well then, hey, the doors, I'm going to kick the door open. But what I'm saying diplomatically here is that the only way I'm going to get better is to run with those big dogs. I mean, we've got some great drivers out at Attitude, Trackside, so on and so forth. But RC Chili Bowl it's the premier race. And I'll be damned if somebody's going to tell me, oh man, well, you're last in street stock. Well, then you know what? You come out here and do this, right? You come out here and say, I can't do any better. Or you try it. You just go out and try it. You know what I mean? So I did the best I could. I learned an absolute ton. I accomplished my goals, and I ran with the big dogs. And I don't think I pissed anyone off. In fact, I had people, drivers that I was in heats with. Hey, thanks for moving for me, because I know I can't. Why would I screw up their race? I raced a lot actually with Haley, and I got a picture of. Well, it's Justin. It's actually Justin passing me, but I like to tell people it's me passing Justin.
That is a good picture.
It was awesome. But, hey, even he was like, hey, man, thanks. Hey, dude, you're quicker than me. I'm just trying to learn from you. So my point is, and I'll say this one more time, and now that the door is open, that'll be a good segue for Jayson here, but us less experienced drivers can only get better with driving with experienced drivers.
He kind of creeped the door open, Jayson. We're going to let you kick it open. This is a podcast. This is an RC podcast. We talk about everything. So let's hear your side.
Real quick, though, I'm back to drinking Faygo. I'm back to drinking Faygo, man. I went to RC Chili Bowl. I'm broke.
You spent all your money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking bubbler water, eating ramen noodles for the next month.
That's what's up, man.
So,
right, doors open.
Scotty Ernst puts on a good show. He's the best in the business. G-Main. He's screaming into the microphone, excited as can be. Doesn't matter if it's G-Main or A-Main. amateurs to pros. He puts as much enthusiasm into a street stock lower main as he does. He is, and I've known him for 30 some years. He's the best in the business. Track crew, phenomenal. What they do, completely rebuild the track 4 or 5 times a day. You got Zach Rose, Scott Hooper, Jamie Tenney's, Eddie Hill. Those guys come into town early and set the track up, and they do a phenomenal job. They really do. But all the other garbage that goes on during the week, the drama and the egos, it's disheartening. We play with toy cars trying to win a bowling trophy, and you just got people, dropping F-bombs on the driver's stand, screaming at people, screaming at turn marshals. You got smack talk online. We dealt with that midweek towards the end of the week. I think it was Thursday night. Someone popped online and they're talking about how a high-profile sponsored driver is running lower-tier classes to stroke his ego. And we knew exactly who that person was talking about. A number of people hopped on that thread and tried, who are you talking about? Wouldn't name them. And it's disheartening because, when you've been to the Attitude, you see the family dynamic we have there. Everyone's hugging and high-fiving, and some of my best friends have come out of that facility. Trackside has the same thing. But you go down there and it's just a different dynamic. Some people like Ryan and I just want to hang out and have fun and meet people and BS. And then you got people who are just out for blood, and it's disheartening to see that in our hobby, how it's evolved into that. It reminds me of what's that one track, Bowman
Gray.
Yeah, that's how it felt. And towards the end of the week, everyone was talking about those comments online, and the tension, you could just feel it was building up. And I'm not going to name names, but one of the guys that we met down there, he was the subject of those comments, and dude just wants to come and play with toy cars and have fun, and that bothered me. It bothered me a lot. There's no need for that in this hobby.
I will echo Jason's sentiment on that. The thing that you really have to, I think, understand is, listen, don't be afraid of RC Chili Bowl. If you want to do it, they were like talking about bucket lists for amateur races. Screw them. Go out and do it, because the only way you're going to get better is race with the big dogs. Number one. Number two, to Jason's point, man, you feel like a champ. When I was out in that D main and I hear Scotty screaming my name, I'm like, right on, man. It is a big event. Just go do it. Do not be afraid. If you can afford it, go do it. The silver lining, though, I think at least for me, and I know for Jason, behind all of this is there was a young man there named Hunter who was running B mod in street stock, and Hunter was a bit challenged, and he actually raced with a radio on his head, and he had his dad right down below the driver's stand spotting for him, Jamie. And this kid, it didn't matter where he finished, as long as his dad told him he ran a good race, he was hooting and hollering up on that driver's stand. And everybody's high-fiving him and whatnot. And we're sitting in the pits, and Jason's like, man, that is so cool. Like, it's so neat to see. Let's do something for him. And I was like, whatever, let's do it. He's like, let's get him a body. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's go do this. So we worked with Paul Peterson from Shark, and got him a new street stock body. We got him a nice crazy train. And then Justin Haley was gracious enough to throw in some hats and some can koozies and some stickers and all of that. And we got a wrap from Carpies for him. So we went and presented that to him.
So Hunter, I'm Ryan, buddy. How are you? Good. Good. Hey, we noticed you and your dad out here. You're running your street stock, your B-Mod. Just awesome seeing you out here. You and your dad doing what's important, hanging out together, and playing with some toy cars. So we wanted to give you a Shark Crazy Train body today, along with a Justin Haley hat and some can koozies as well. Justin wanted to throw those in. So
that's for you. You keep doing what you're doing. You're great on the track.
Yep.
We like seeing you around here, all right?
You've been running fast, buddy. So
Thank you. You're
all
welcome.
right. Can I take a picture? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bud. Come on in here. Let's
Get in the middle.
Let's get a picture.
Get in the
going.
middle.
Come on. Yeah, get in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Here we go.
Here we go.
And I'll tell you what, seeing the smile on that kid's face and his dad, proud. I mean, we all, we posted it, pictures of Jamie and Hunter and all of us kind of hanging out. So cool. It was, it was just like to see, again, you're at the biggest event ever, right? And that Hunter could wheel a car.
Oh,
he smoked me and B-Mod, homie.
Duke could drive.
He smoked me. And you even called it too. He's like, I bet you
I bet you that kid's going to beat you because he was getting smooth.
He was super smooth. You can't take anything away from him. But there he was at the biggest dirt oval event in the country and did a fantastic job. And the fact that, we always talk about it's the fellowship and whatnot, but to see a father-son out there doing it, his dad, Jamie, was just super supportive. You could not get emotional about it.
Yeah.
Seeing that happen. And, Jayson, I got to give you so much credit, man, because you were the one that came up with the idea. Of course, I was going to jump on board. But just neat to see the smile on that kid's face. And I really hope he returns. I hope he comes up with a badass rap from Carpies. He certainly got a cool body. He was running the caddy in the street stock, but I think that crazy train will give him some good arrow.
Like going back to the egos and the drama, and it was just so refreshing to see a dad and his kid enjoying the sport. How that kid was so happy every run, and then Scotty let him pick during the raffles on Thursday or Friday. He let Hunter pick the winning ticket for the 50-50. Was it 50-50? No. It was the holy board game.
Yeah. Yep.
So Hunter reaches in, pulls out a number, and Scotty asks, "Well, who won?" He goes, "Me, I won." I was like, man, this kid is this. He's got it figured out, And Jamie was cool. Dad just wrenching on, and I didn't get the guy's name who was pitting with him. Big country boy.
Yeah, I didn't get him.
Super sweet. Just, I mean, it was cool,
So, and it took like the week of all the drama, the crap talking, and just being frustrated with trying to get your car dialed in. It took all of that away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, man, we are here to have a good time, and we are here to meet good people, and we did. Mission accomplished, just an awesome individual, and seeing that relationship between a father and son is so darn cool.
I have to say, I mean, what I saw when you guys did that with Hunter, I'm like, that's the Wisconsin crew, man. They're bringing you guys brought what it's really all about, or as Ryan always says, that's what's up, right?
Yeah.
You guys brought that fellowship and that, hey guys, let's not forget what this hobby's all about. I was so proud of you guys. And you guys had said earlier that, you're better because you went to the RC Chili Bowl and you learned a lot. I think the RC Chili Bowl learned a lot from you guys being there, because that you did that, you represented, and you did everything right. You did everything that I know Scotty envisions of this race, right? He can't help it when it gets off the track and the drama is going to happen. Screen scratchers are going to scratch, right? They're just, they hide behind their keyboards and they click. They've probably never been in the building or could even do it, right? The drama that happens at the track, I don't know. Maybe it's because of what's involved to get there, the time that you're there, maybe some of those stresses elevate a little bit. I don't know. But I think you guys brought everybody back to center, or at least some of them that saw that said, yeah, you know what, this is what this is really about. So I applaud you guys for bringing that there, bringing that theme of Wisconsin racing to the RC Chili Bowl and kind of reminding everybody what it's for. So I'm proud of you guys. I really appreciate you guys for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's just kind of what, the RC Underground, that's how you guys are. The first time I came down there last year with Matt, just here I am, some, stranger walking into your house and with open arms, and what you've done for Dominic and, what the gang does out at Attitude. Somebody needs some help. Oh, everybody rallies around and we do whatever we can. And that's what we do. It's a Midwest thing. It's a Wisconsin thing. And, we didn't do it for recognition or anything. It's just the right thing to do. And yeah, it was cool.
It was neat too to just capture that moment with them. And, I was talking to Jamie a little bit after our mains were over and all of that. And just a cool dude, just so cool. And, I told him, I said, hey, whatever Hunter wants on that wrap, let Carpies know and they'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
If he wants unicorns and rainbows on it, it doesn't matter. They will do it.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see what he comes up with, and puts together on that car. I think it's going to look wicked. So,
did you apologize for our music all week?
No, we were listening to rap.
Oh, the music got a little out of control.
Yeah, it did. Got a little loud.
So didn't even have a theme day. Every day was rap.
Every day was gangster rap.
Yeah. We put Jayson in charge. It was
Bad idea.
Good. It was flowing.
It was smart. That was a marketing move. You needed rap because we have Carpies Raps, right, as our sponsor.
That was absolutely terrible. Great.
That was really bad. Really bad.
Yeah, but no, we have our booth, I'll call it booth. I mean, I'm walking in one day and Scotty Ernst comes walking. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Hey, good morning, blah, blah, blah. I heard you guys got a kitchen over here. I was like, a kitchen? He's like, yeah, you guys got a kitchen in your pit area. I was like, Scotty, it's literally a crock pot. And then we got a little thing to heat up some hot dogs or whatever. Oh, people are talking, you got a kitchen over here. I said, Scotty, a kitchen would have a sink, and drawers with like knives and shit. I was like, get out of here, dude. No. Well, I'm surprised we're not popping more breakers. I'm like, we're good. We're good over here. But
I still want to know who was cooking bacon all day.
Dude.
Every day, all day.
Every day we're just, we're inhaling bacon. And I'm Jason's like, where's that coming from? I'm like, I don't know, dude. We need to find that guy. But every day it was bacon. And why didn't we have that idea? Why weren't we not cooking bacon? We could have.
Yep.
We had the means.
We were blizzard ready.
Yeah, we were. And we didn't eat any of it. I think I threw out about 4 pounds of chili. Yeah, I know we dumped a lot of stuff out. That was terrible. But I hope the Van Nuys Jayson and Michaela got a hold of a lot of that stuff and took it home with them because there wasn't any room in our cars for any of that crap.
No.
But yeah, so we had some banging. We had some banging music. We had a lot of fun. We did have to censor the music just a tad because we had Michaela in there and we wanted to, not be disrespectful. But it was good stuff.
We got to touch base on the ride home. My GPS wasn't working, and Tony doesn't like doing the speed limit. I'm an old grandpa,
So Jay likes to go about like anywhere between 65 and 75 miles an hour. Okay, that's his comfort zone, right? Hey, folks, are you looking to gain that extra tenth at the track? Are you maybe hoping for a few more ladies in your pit area? Well, listen, I'm sorry to say, Carpies can't work miracles in those departments. But here's the good news. The folks at Carpies can definitely help you become the ultimate toy car nerd, just like me. How, you ask? With their custom wraps and a killer collection of official RC branded merch. So while Carpies can't promise to shave a tenth off your lap time or bring more ladies into your pit area, They can save you 10% on your next order with promo code RCU10 upon checkout at carpys.com. Use that promo code RCU10 upon checkout for 10% off.
Ryan and Tony don't like doing the speed limit, and I'm the old grandpa of the bunch, so I'm rolling along at like 48 miles an hour. Tony on my tail, I couldn't even see his headlights, finally dropped back and just booked it, knowing that my GPS wasn't working. So they took off, they did their thing. My GPS is still ding, 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 freaking out. And for whatever reason, ever since I got this phone, if I hit like gas station near me, it'll pull up Des Moines, Iowa. This phone has never been to Des Moines, Iowa, right? I was like 10 miles away from Iowa on the way home. Way out of the way.
Oh, goodness.
So Tony, Terry, you owe me $20 in gas, homie.
So we're leaving the track Saturday, and the plan was not to stay for all these freaking mains, right? But it was just like we were there, we were checking it out. JVH, made the A main in B mod. So we're like, screw it, we're gonna stay for all this stuff, but we're booking. We are loaded up, ready to go. Go back to the house, grab our stuff, and we sit there and we say, all right, let's let acid north. Let's start heading back home so we don't have to do a 13-hour drive on a Sunday. So we're booking. Somebody says, stay in Lebanon, Missouri. Lebanon, Missouri. There ain't nothing out there but steers and the Waffle House and a couple
and
hotels.
Meth
And meth
Have you ever seen what was that Netflix show, Ozark?
Yeah.
Yeah. They filmed that there.
Yeah.
Doing meth shacks and truck stops and
yeah. It was rough.
yeah.
So before we left, I'm looking at hotels and I call a Holiday and it was $150 a night or whatever. And I look at Jason, he's going, no, don't book it, right? So dude finds this Super 8. Okay. And he's like, dude, they're $99 a night or whatever. I was like, let's roll. So we start heading. Meanwhile, Jason's GPS ain't working. And Terry calls me. Now, just so you guys know, we all call Tony Terry. It's a long thing. It starts way back at Attitude, and Dom's actually the creator of all that. He's the one that calls everybody by different names. Little Dante Dom. So anyway, Terry calls me. He's like, dude, I can't keep driving behind Jason. Dude's going like 65. Then he's doing 75. He's all over the place. I was like, well, whatever, man. Catch up. I'm at mile marker, whatever. So we get to this Super 8. And Jay books a room. Now, this is where I have to finish this story. And Jason, I'm gonna let you take over on this.
We walk into the lobby, and it's like walking into Cheech and Chong's house. Dude behind the counter was so baked.
Yeah, he was higher than a kite.
And it reeks like weed. So whatever. We're tired. Grab our rooms. We're right across the hall from each other. Everything's cool. Tony and I go in our room, and it's like 30 degrees in the room.
And there's one bed.
Those aren't pillows.
Ryan comes out. He's like, hey, how many beds you got in there? I'm like, 1. He goes, yeah, let's switch.
So they go, now here's where it gets interesting. So they go in their room, and I know it's warm in their room because I was just in it. I go in mine, the room that they just entered. And yeah, it's 30. It's not even 30 degrees in there, Jay.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, man, maybe something's wrong with this heater. It's one of these in-wall heaters that came over on the Mayflower. It's older than hell, just making all this noise, right? And I turn it to heat high, and I'm kind of getting a little something out of it. Well, so all right, it's late. I don't have time. I'm not even flicking on the TV. My drawers are off. I'm getting ready to crawl in this bed, right? And this damn heater is right there by the bed. It's just making all this noise, right?
Sounds like
like,
evil.
Dude, my nose is freezing. Like, I'm like, man. So I literally walked down. I put my drawers back on. I walked down to the front desk. I was like, yo, homie, that heater ain't working, son. You gotta move me, dude. He's like, oh, I'm really sorry for that, right? So Go traipsing up the stairs. There's no elevator in this place, so I had to carry my bag up, which weighed about 987 pounds. So I move over to the next room, get dethroned again, get in this bed, and I mean, it was the worst. Now, did you take a shower at that hotel?
Yeah.
I'm 6'1", and that shower head, I think maybe hit about 5 foot. It was so low. I'm like, how do I even wash my damn hair in this thing? But these dudes text me. They don't even tell me. See, this is the whole running thing of the week, too. Nobody tells you when we're going to leave. What time are we going to get to the track, We
just go.
And we just go. So it's 6:30, and these dudes, they're like, dude, we're leaving. I'm like, I just woke up. Sorry. Like, go ahead. I'll catch up to you guys because I know Jayson drives 3 miles an hour. So I take a shower. I'm just moving along, right? And then all of a sudden I get a call from Terry, and he goes, where you at? I was like, dude, I'm like, mile marker, whatever. Dude, we're just leaving. We went to, where did you guys go? McDonald's or something?
No. So Terry not being too swift on the phone, I punch in, what the hell did I punch in? Rockford, Illinois. Okay, if I can get to Rockford, I can find my way home. Rockford, Illinois. We hop on the freeway, and I'm like, dude, we're going back to Tulsa. My phone, bing, 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 bing. It's shooting me all over the place. I'm like, I call Terry. I'm like, just get off the freeway, and we'll hop back around. So the next exit was like 20 miles away.
Oh, man.
It was terrible.
So here I am. I got to take a shower, take my damn time, and I'm already 40 miles up the road.
And we left a half hour earlier.
Yeah. It was great. It was perfect.
The moral of the story is don't follow Walecki wherever you go.
Don't follow Walecki, and Terry doesn't know how to work a damn phone.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what Google Maps is.
No.
That's hilarious. That's definitely.
Yeah, but we made it home safe. Opener. It was fun. It was an experience.
Dude, so hold on real quick. So
more stories.
Me and Jay get back to the house, right? And Tony's in the bathroom cracking one off. And I hear, Ryan, can you grab me some toilet paper? And I don't even know if I was a little buzzed up or not. I made it.
No, you were stone sober. You just wanted to ignore him.
Yeah. Dude, so I ignore him, right? And you hear him, Jayson. I was like, and I'm trying to tell Jayson, yo, Jay,
don't respond.
Don't say anything, but I'm laughing. I was like, just shut up and let's let him stew, dude. Let's have him walk out with his drawers down around his ankles. So Tony's texting me the whole nine, right?
Blowing up her phone.
Guys, I need toilet paper. It's like, man, don't you check your inventory before you sit down?
Right.
Like that's the first step, right? Yeah. So we let him stew in there for about 15 minutes or so.
We're sitting in the kitchen having a beer. He's freaking out. Thought he was stuck in the bathroom forever.
We should have told him to use a sock or something,
Scoot on the rug.
No, don't do that. That would have been a big mess.
Yeah, that would have been my security deposit.
Did you get that back, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know yet. All right, fellas.
All right. Well, we didn't think that episode 1 could be beat, but episode 2 has been crazy. I think we could just turn this into the RC Chili Bow Underground podcast because these stories are good. And if you're like me, you don't want to hear them stop. So we either got to send these boys back there next year or we got to find another race to send them to so we get more great stories because, man, this has been fun. So, again, great wrap up, guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank everybody for tuning in to RC Underground Radio presented by Carpies. And we'll see you again next week. Next week's going to be tough to beat this one, though.
Thank you for listening to the RC Underground Radio podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your fellow racers about the show. Tune in again next week for more RC content.